I want to know how much this very famous Transformer thing is.
It's $550 plus shipping.
This Catwoman and this Penguin. Very expensive. What have you liked best about this convention this weekend? Skate park? Matt and Kim, like the band. I'm not there yet. Not picture, video. I want to know how much this very famous Transformer thing is.
Can I see that Transformer stereo thing?
Yes.
It's pretty cool. I'm going to take it apart because I will not be able to get it back together.
It's missing the gun, so I got 40 on him. I got a really nice one with the gun. That one is 75.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, I see.
Want to take a look at that one?
No, that's okay.
How are you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Do you do this artwork?
Yeah,
or?
I make all this stuff.
Oh, very
it's all,
cool.
Like, cut with a CO2 laser.
How is it made? What's it made
it
out of?
starts out as like, this is like MDF, or it's like a wooden product, and it starts out as a flat sheet that's about 3 millimeters thick, and it cuts out all the squares, and then I spray paint each square, and then glue and clamp them together to create the 3D effect.
Oh, cool.
And I can make them in any size. So I have this size, those are 80 for that size, and then I can make them up to this size, which is 200.
Wow. Very nice. Is it just the one that lights up there? I mean, it has the option. I think it just needs to be charged. These kind of have like a slipper look to them.
Well, it's supposed to look like a Pee-wee sofa or chair.
Oh. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Pee-wee.
Let's go buy some.
This Catwoman and this Penguin. Very expensive. That's nice. Ooh, 4,000.
What are you looking to buy?
This one today. Taking it home right now.
Yeah, carded Thundercats are big money.
That's a good set.
I'm pretty sure I had that Bendy Noid.
I don't know him. What do you think of all the 3D stuff?
I'm hot and cold on it. It's like, Duarte at my booth, he's got some really nice stuff. But overall, the 3D printed stuff, it's never going to have the feel of plastic. It's always going to be hand painted.
Hey, sometimes you don't even know.
I could tell. I could definitely tell. What I like about it is it's versatile. So you could just, make something, print it in a couple hours, and you have it. But I don't know. It's never, the feel of injection molded plastic is just something totally different.
Yeah.
It feels quality, and you're getting something durable. 3D prints, depending on the thickness, will warp. So if you try to do like a rifle with a long barrel, it'll eventually warp and bend, and it just doesn't go back. Also, like 3D prints, because it's a filament that goes back and forth, I can always see the lines, and that kind of irks me a bit.
What have you liked best about this convention this weekend?
The amount of vendors. Because it's like, when I come to a show, I don't care about autographs or anything like that. I want to shop. Find vintage stuff. So, for me, when I saw that, a lot of shows, they'll go heavy on like celebrities and that kind of thing. This went very heavy on vendors. And I was like, cool. Because I walked around yesterday for a little bit, and I found a ton of stuff. I like seeing the variety. So that's what I look for at the show.
Yeah, I feel like at the other ones, there's always like a cosplay contest and things like that.
Yeah.
Is this 3D printed?
This is probably a resin model. Yeah. It's probably poured resin. based on 3D printed parts. But the resin, when you pour resin, it makes it more durable. But since it's not, I don't know where they are in the production schedule, but this is a hand painted resin model. It's impressive, all right. I still don't know how I feel about the price, but I think
Where
it's.
do you see the price?
Well, they listed it online.
Oh,
so this is going to be a crowdfunded kind of thing, like a Kickstarter in a way. So they have to meet 2,000 pieces, before they can put it into production. If they don't hit 2,000 pieces, they won't put it into production. But it's $550 plus shipping. And from what they told me at Legion's Con, it comes in multiple boxes. So for me, it's like shipping multiple boxes. That thing's gonna be heavy. Shipping's gonna be expensive. I don't know what it is, but especially shipping prices change. And it's like if this thing takes a year to a year and a half to come out, the shipping will fluctuate. I don't know how they determine the shipping. If they, tell you right off the bat, or if it's like you have to pay the shipping when it's ready to ship. And also, they have different what's called add-ons. So like the base model is this with these wings. They have one with spread out wings and I think a flame effect that he's shooting. And those aren't included in the $550. So it's like, you gotta think about it. You're spending $550, then another X amount of dollars for the add-ons, and then shipping. It's like, that's pricey. I mean, it is gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous.
I mean, just where would someone display this in their house?
And that's the other thing. It's like, I run into that when I'm designing vehicles. It's like we have our Vanguard. It's like that thing takes up a big footprint. But it's like I want to do more vehicles, but collectors only have a finite amount of space, and there's so much competition in the marketplace. Everyone's putting out big stuff. So it's like, where are you going to put this? So I'm interested to see when the crowdfund goes up how it does.
Did you start anything with crowdfunding?
I did. So my first series of figures was done through crowdfunding. But I look at it like, if you do crowdfunding for something, you shouldn't do it again. I looked at it like, okay, I did crowdfunding for Series 1, and it did really, really well, to the point where I was able to just pay for my own production of all my future lines. I didn't want to rely on, people's money. Because, with Series 1, we got hit with COVID, so there was all these delays, and it's like, there's COVID and stuff, but people still want their toys they paid for. They gave you the money and they're waiting. I don't like having that stress of sitting on people's money. So
that's fair.
I made my business model to not use crowdfunding anymore. Even the Vanguard was a huge undertaking and, cost of production, and I just paid for it all. When it comes out, people can just get it. But there are companies like Four Horsemen and a few others that will rely on crowdfunding. It's a no risk to them.
Yeah.
But when it's no risk, there's still that people are going to wait a long time for that to come in. After giving like that dragon $550, it's like, okay, well, I'll wait forever long for this thing to come in.
So a question that I've been asking people that have been doing crowdfunding is like, a lot of the input is kind of fan based. Like, did you do that in the beginning, or are you still doing that now with any of your figures?
What was that?
Okay, so with the crowdfunding, when you initially do that, a lot of people are taking all of the input from the fans, and they're kind of trying to incorporate that.
Yeah.
Did you do that at the beginning? Do you do that now?
Yeah, I mean, well, it was kind of like, a bittersweet thing. When I first did Series 1, the first Kickstarter failed. It didn't fund. But it allowed me to learn from that. And then the second Kickstarter was successful. So, fan feedback is kind of something you really want to lay into because they're the ones buying it. I know me and Matt were talking about this.
I like this shirt. Yeah, it's cool.
So like, yeah, it's like they're the ones putting their money out there, so you want to get their feedback as much as possible. Did you see the booth?
I was gonna say, so this one actually, you can see the box. So this one actually never got shipped. So at some point in time, Kenner like had a bunch of extras of these. So I think they gave them out as like a bank bonus in Cincinnati, or employee stores. So that's why this one is.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Because it never actually shipped. It never had a label applied, and then obviously it's never been opened or played with beyond being put into the acrylic there to be displayed.
Yeah. Wow. Why are these so expensive as well?
I mean, so obviously that's Mr. Gold, which was a promo, limited number of the gold Mr. Gold Lego minifigures. And then obviously it's been graded by AFA, so it's been authenticated and assigned a grade by somebody who doesn't have a financial interest in it, so they say it's this. So as much as I want to talk it up and tell you it's really nice, someone else already tells me what grade it is. So as much as I polish the turd, you're not going to find it. And then just the AFA is graded on the other indies. That one's CAS graded, but same idea.
Are you a Lego guy?
I am not.
Never?
I never was. I liked my toys to like look real, so to me Legos like, brick figures. When I played with Legos as a kid, I just, I was not a big, like, take a bit of Legos and just build with it. It was like, I'd rather follow the directions and like make what it was. So, I don't want to say like I didn't have an imagination as a kid. It was just more like I just played a different way.
I'm on the camera.
I'm standing out here. I'm definitely not playing that.
Hi.
Make sure to get the good
We're
side.
Ronsters from Ron D Productions. And you want to play with a puppet.
Oh, there you go.
Inside your puppet, there's straps for the top of your hand and for your thumb.
So should we battle?
If you want to battle, why can't we just be friends?
No.
She wants to battle. I said no. Naturals.
Yeah, really